I am just sick of it.
Elbowing the hell out of JTM! I think JTM's out!
I think so.
He's out cold!
Yeah!
That's it!
There's a lot more work to be done around here. Guys like JTM, Bane, Nacho, they simply don't belong here. They are not real professional wrestlers like I am. And after I'm done with what I'm planning to do, these types of guys aren't going to be main eventing for much longer.
Yeah, I heard you, Bryan. I figured when you said it was about me. Honestly, I'm getting kind of annoyed by this. I've been hearing the same thing that Bryan Danielson has been spouting from everyone here since I came to GCW. That I'm not a real wrestler, that I'm not good enough, that I don't belong in the big leagues. I legitimately just beat the god of pro wrestling in the main event of WrestleMania. Not good enough. At this point, I don't care anymore. There's a lot of people who talk about being the best, who talk about being good enough to be the world champion. I'm the only one who shut up and did it. And people still doubt me. Well, at this point, I'm gonna rule with an iron fist. I don't give a fuck who it is. Anyone that talks shit, I'm not gonna hesitate anymore. I'm gonna put them under the ring. And it all starts with Bryan Danielson.
I cleanse GCW of JTM and I'll cleanse GCW of you. And in the process, I'll become the GCW World Champion.
G-Man, this is your final countdown.
GCW World Championship Challenger Bryan Danielson versus Champion G-Man.
To say that this championship match has been a long time coming is an understatement if you know who G-Man is. G-Man's favorite wrestler of all time is Kurt Angle, but a close second is the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
And that must make the words that Danielson said so much more bad to G-Man.
Yeah, touting himself as the Caw Destroyer, the Caw Killer. I don't know what that's all about, but Bryan Danielson is entering this arena with a mission in mind. Destroy G-Man and take the GCW World Championship for himself. And honestly, what he did to JTM at WrestleMania, he might just do that if it were any other man. Call me biased, but G-Man is a different story entirely. Bryan Danielson saw JTM and said that he is lacking that killer instinct.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Money in the Bank main event. Set for a fall, and it is for the GCW Championship. Introducing first, making his way to the ring from Aberdeen, Washington. He is the challenger. He is the Caw Destroyer. The American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, sorry, I just get so up in my feelings and so passionate about this that I kind of just cut off the announcer. Well, great job by him, but now I'm all discombobulated. What I was trying to say is that Bryan saw JTM and said that his killer instinct has been dead and buried. The G-Man, that's a different beast entirely. We've seen what G-Man is capable of. We've seen the type of lengths he's willing to go to even claim the GCW Championship. And we've seen the lengths he's gone to keep it. Just look
at what he did to Kenny Omega at the end of that match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's what Bryan was sort of impressed by, but still, he says he does not respect G-Man. He does not respect the kind of wrestler G-Man is at all.
Yeah, Bryan Danielson and JTM were part of match of the night that night at WrestleMania. But you can only call one man the GCW World Champion, and that is G-Man, the Fallen King, the man who dethroned God. He's now making his way here to slay an American dragon. The champion is here for a fight.
And his opponent, making his way to the ring from Cobb County, Georgia. Tonight, he's making his second championship defense. He is the current GCW champion, the Fallen King, G-Man.
Biases aside, you cannot deny that G-Man has earned his way to the top of the mountain here in GCW, scratching and clawing from a moment in his life where he thought things were hopeless to now being the top dog of this industry.
Yeah, and just looking at the names he has been up against, like his first championship defense was against Kenny Omega. The second one tonight now against Bryan Danielson.
Well, as a man who has no stake when it comes to performing inside that squared circle, I sympathize with G-Man. Because you gotta look at it through his perspective. He's gone through a time where he didn't even know what his future would be. Fighting tooth and nail to make a name for himself here in GCW, here in the big leagues. And now to be told that he is still not good enough to carry the flag, even though he won fair and square at WrestleMania years ago, only to get screwed by Roman Reigns, and then screwed again and again and again until he finally got that championship wrapped around his waist, beating the god of pro wrestling at WrestleMania. And now Bryan Danielson's gonna sit here and say that G-Man isn't good enough? I just can't agree with that, Luke.
Yeah, I can't either. Like, these people that seem to be coming back in seem to think quite lowly of G-Man as Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, this match is going to be brutal. This match is going to be vicious. Now Bryan Danielson trying to trip up G-Man, forcing him into that Irish whip. Now G-Man putting a stop to his own momentum, only to eat a drop kick by the Dragon. My God, all of his body weight focused into the face of G-Man as he's sent plummeting to the outside.
Yeah, setting the tone here for what I expect going to be a hard-hitting match.
We're already getting holy shit chants.
That was quite the fall that G-Man took there, so...
And we're already getting holy shit chants, and this match barely started. Now G-Man just pounding away at the head of Bryan Danielson, but Earl Hebner, yeah, that was the right move. That was the right call. Bryan Danielson was on top of that bottom rope, but G-Man landing that vicious elbow drop and now kicking the neck. And this seems targeted right now for G-Man.
Dragon, I thought you were gonna take me out. Come on, take me out.
Now G-Man just shit talking. It's not very much like him, and I've known him all my life. Once again, going for that drop kick, but G-Man with a corkscrew elbow drop off of the springboard. But I don't think G-Man, I don't think even himself, even he knew that would have taken down Bryan Danielson.
Call me a call, huh? Who's the call?
It seems that Bryan Danielson's words have gotten to G-Man. He has to be careful not to let his emotions get the better of him. We've seen what happens when that happens. Now G-Man trying to show off his technical wrestling prowess. Looking for a G-lock, perhaps? Oh! Ducks that decapitation kick from Bryan Danielson. Whoa! Leapfrogging over G-Man. G-Man hitting that super kick right to the jaw. Now Irish whipping Bryan Danielson into the corner. Wait,
Oh, counter,
suplex
counter.
stunner! Suplex stunner! Off of that backflip attempt from the corner. G-Man saw that coming a mile away. He's definitely done his homework. This is his second favorite wrestler of all time.
Oh!
Crucifix bomb, but G-Man powering right through. Death Valley driver onto the neck of Bryan Danielson.
That was nicely done. Very high angle on the neck.
Bad neck, right? You got a bad neck. Let me help you with that.
G-Man offering to help Bryan Danielson with his bad neck. In this ring, you know what help means. It means just making things worse.
That was bad. That was bad.
Backdrop driver of the century right onto the neck of Bryan Danielson. The American Dragon has been de-winged here. Oh! What a headbutt right to the nose of G-Man. Bryan Danielson showing some defiance, all right.
Oh.
And G-Man's the one who draws first blood.
Yeah, that looks pretty bad. And Danielson, oh my God, kicks him right in the nose again.
But G-Man running right back into yet another roundhouse kick to the top of the head. No championship for you just yet, Bryan. My God, both of these men just trading bombs, and it feels like we're just getting started.
I almost thought that was a knockout blow there by Danielson, but not quite. G-Man able to get back
I want to
up.
take it back to the point that Bryan Danielson is trying to make. He thinks that this industry is getting poisoned by people like Nacho, by people like Bane, by people like G-Man. But I just can't agree with that, because would we have some unbelievable moments like Will Ospreay coming into the fray of FAW and defending his championship against the likes of Bane? Would that have even happened? Would GCW be the place that it is today without people like Bane or Nacho or G-Man?
Yeah, I agree with you. I like seeing these characters come into GCW, but there's also a portion of the fan base that seems to be against it. So, G-Man now, though.
Sunset flip by G-Man for yet another stunner, but wait! Crucifix by Bryan Danielson, and now G-Man holding him over for that pin! Oh! Once again, Bryan Danielson using his legs to his advantage, kicking G-Man away, breaking up the count for himself. What a boot there to the mush. G-Man still fighting back. What an enziguri to the side of the head of the Dragon.
I really like the style of this matchup. Very hard hitting, yet quite technical as well as G-Man.
Oh! Again, G-Man targeting that bad neck of Bryan Danielson. Smart move. As vicious as it is, this is the type of stuff you gotta go through. This is the type of strategy you have to implement when you're going up against the elite.
Hangs him up in the rope.
What a German suplex onto the neck of G-Man. Now G-Man forced to retreat into the corner. Bryan Danielson, heat-seeking drop kick to the face of G-Man. The champion is down.
Yeah, he puts everything into these kicks.
The champion's out on his feet, all right.
Yeah, I think you're
Bryan
right.
Danielson is feeding him to the top. Now what's he thinking?
I think probably going for that top rope Rana to the champion.
Dangerous position for both of these men to be in. Looking for that Hurricane
this
Rana.
looks dangerous.
G-Man able to counter.
Dangerous.
Oh my God, look for that pile driver from the top. That would have been disastrous. Psycho knee caught by G-Man. Rampage DDT.
Right on top of that bad neck again into the cover. This could be it. No.
Danielson gets the shoulder up. Could you imagine if G-Man were able to land that pile driver from the top rope?
Yeah, with the neck, yeah.
Show me a real wrestler. Get your ass up.
G-Man's feeling it. G-Man's feeling the fire within his veins here as he's going toe-to-toe with one of the best in history. Suplex stunner.
Watch out.
Bryan trying to get those elbows in just like he did with JTM.
Oh, no.
G-Man tried to fight out of it, but he's forced to suffer.
No. Let's hope that he can't knock out G-Man this way. But
G-Man still trying to fight. Bryan Danielson turning it into a crucifix pin. Once again, looking for the Lavelle lock. Lavelle lock locked in. G-Man's in a big way here. G-Man is in trouble.
yeah, this is the exact situation that JTM found himself in, and he passed out. And now Earl is having to make sure that G-Man doesn't suffer the same fate.
Oh, but G-Man still has fight. He's still got life. He's still got life.
Oh,
Now trying to
beautifully
turn
done.
things around here.
Beautifully done.
Lifting Bryan Danielson up, reverse suplex stunner. Both of these men are down, possibly for the count. This championship match has been all that it's hyped up to be. A battle of wills, a battle of philosophies. And G-Man looking to put it all to rest.
Yeah, now he gotta hit the regular suplex stunner, but Danielson knows that, and he escapes it. Not a great move, but a very smart one by Danielson.
Now the champion running for the opposite side of the ring. What a pump kick to the face of Bryan Danielson. Now forced to take a seat onto those steps near that ramp, near the stage.
This might give him a little bit of a breather, though, for G-Man as well.
G-Man trying to establish dominance, establish his point. That he is indeed deserving to be called the champion
watch out.
of this industry. Oh, Psycho knee! And the back of the neck of the champion collides with that apron.
Yeah, that was absolutely bad.
I think we need the doctor to check on G-Man because that was nasty. That was disgusting.
Yeah, that looked really, really bad. Not just the knee, but the impact of the back of the head on the apron. And now Bryan.
This might be the best opportunity that has revealed itself to Bryan Danielson. And you can see in his eyes, those hungry eyes of the dragon. Danielson looking for that Psycho knee.
If that hits.
G-Man forced to get up onto his feet. It all collapses just in the nick of time. Bryan Danielson was going to lay out that knockout shot with the Psycho knee and possibly become the new GCW World Champion.
See, G-Man, that's how you are. Fucking cop.
Talking that shit to G-Man, but now G-Man's the one that lays into Bryan Danielson with that vicious headbutt right to the nose.
Yeah, it was nicely done by G-Man, and now it might finally be time for the suplex stunner, but again.
And once again, Bryan Danielson wisely rolling out of the ring, rolling out of harm's way. Now, wait a minute, what's G-Man doing? What the hell's he doing?
Oh my God! Oh my God!
As Bryan Danielson was hanging off of the apron, G-Man just laid everything out on the line to claim victory against the Dragon. What has it done to himself? Both of these men are down, and Big Head Earl is counting them out.
Yeah, I feel like this might be it.
G-Man, all he has to do is just enter the ring and let Bryan Danielson Oh no, this is it. Wait! The respect by G-Man. Pulling Bryan Danielson
watch out!
into the ring
Kick to
once
the
again,
head!
but
Kick to
he
the head!
gets laid
This is
out
it!
with that
This is
roundhouse
it!
kick. Oh!
Oh my God!
2.999, and G-Man still gets that shoulder up. Butterfly suplex by Bryan Danielson, trying to soften G-Man up for this finishing blow. G-Man could have had this match won, but he does not want to win like a coward. Psycho knee incoming, G-Man able to duck out of the way.
Oh!
Look at that.
What a nice roll
What a
through.
transition into the suplex stunner, but wait.
Watch out.
Tiger
No,
suplex.
into the bridge, kick out by G-Man at 2. That was close, but Danielson into for another Psycho knee.
Psycho knee, caught.
Into
the suplex stunner by G-Man.
Not quite a suplex, but still. Oh my God.
Yeah, you're right, that wasn't exactly the suplex stunner. It kind of looked like a variation of the creation of destruction. Shout out to his boy Nate Dogg, the stage creator.
Right? Then get up.
And now G-Man imploring Bryan Danielson to get back up to his feet, looking for the eclipse.
watch
Nobody
out.
home.
He got it. Danielson, no.
G-Man able to kick out. Now G-Man's helpless on the corner. Looking for a drop kick. Not this time.
Yeah.
Deep
counter by Danielson. He got it. Oh, kick out again by G-Man at 2.
Oh, what a right hook to the jaw of Bryan Danielson. The Dragon has been knocked the fuck out.
Now it's finally time.
Now G-Man Looking to put a nail in the coffin,
but no!
Bryan Danielson able to turn it around with that brain buster!
Oh no! And now he got him laid out, and now it's Busaiku knee time.
G-Man is down. He might just be out, but he will be after this Busaiku knee.
Caught! Caught!
G-Man able to turn it around. Ooh!
My God!
Ooh!
My God! Whoa!
What a right hand!
I feel like Danielson might be out.
Looked like a rainmaker, but instead of clotheslining him, he just socked him
Oh
right in
my
the mouth,
God.
just like that.
Oh.
And now G-Man just making sure there's no doubt about his victory.
Yeah, I think you're right. This is
Now
over.
Earl Hebner trying to check on the well-being of that legend in the making. And now G-Man, oh my God, twisting the dragon every which way
Oh
and
my
how.
God!
Oh, this looks vicious. This looks nasty. G-Man screaming at Bryan Danielson to tap. Just look at the way his body's contorting. And Bryan Danielson just tapped out.
He tapped!
Did I just see that?
You did! It's over!
The best technical wrestler in the world forced to tap out to the fallen king. That's the fucking champ right there. By hook or by crook, G-Man has proven his point. He belongs in the main event. He belongs as GCW's one and only world champion. And he put a stop to the Car Destroyer.